In 2023, a newborn foal reportedly died after hours without veterinary care, sparking further outrage. Now, in 2025, the community is back after several horses were recently found to be emaciated, reigniting calls for urgent action. Residents are demanding the removal of surviving horses and a permanent ban on the owner keeping animals. For legal reasons, the identity of the property's owner cannot be disclosed. Warning: the following footage contains images of horses in distress. Viewer discretion is advised.
Carly, can you tell me a little bit what's happening today?
Yeah, so today was just to raise awareness about a number of horses that have been systemically neglected and abused. We've witnessed for many years horses dying in the paddocks. We've witnessed carcasses being pulled into piles and set on fire in the paddocks in front of other animals. This needs to stop. The RSPCA have been involved, but it's always a short-term solution. We are looking now for a long-term solution, and what I'm looking for, and everyone who's turned up here, is looking for action from the RSPCA, and ideally that would be removal of horses and potentially not being able to have animals in her care in future.
Carly, there's a lot of people here today. Were you pretty surprised to have so much support?
Absolutely. Look, this wasn't meant to I didn't anticipate that this would grow like this. I knew that I had a potential link to a media outlet, and it just grew from there. And within a day, there's nearly 600 people on a Facebook page. And it just goes to show that the community, far and wide, are looking for action. This is not on.
And I saw the 4,500 signatures on the petition.
That's right.
That's amazing.
It is. You don't have to be a horse lover to be signing or to be wanting change.
So we started writing it, and there was under 200. And then I looked in the morning before we published it, and I went, it's over 4,000.
Yes.
So it was,
and it'll be more. Yep, this has got a wide reach.
Yep.
This isn't stopping. This isn't one day of action today. We will come here every weekend if this is what it takes.
Now, the local politicians, I've seen some pollies like Paul Edinbrook.
Yes.
He's publicly supported, he's shared around the petition.
Yes.
It's obviously great to get such support. Anything to the local politicians? There's obviously elections, so let's greasy the wheels a little bit.
This is a really important time to get their opinions, and they can show us exactly where they stand on cruelty and even just general animal welfare issues. You don't have to be involved in animal welfare to catch cruelty. You know, it's animal care regardless of whether you've got livestock, domestic pets, living inside, living outside. You know, this is everyone wants pets and guardian animals. But my opinion is that we are not entitled to have animals. Just because we can, it doesn't mean we should. We should only take them on when we know we can give them exactly what they need.
Perfectly said.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Carly Wine.
Today's protest reflects a tipping point after years of community concern across the Mornington Peninsula. Locals say previous warnings, investigations, and short-term interventions have failed to deliver lasting change. As horses continue to suffer, pressure is mounting for stronger action. We spoke next with Miriam, a horse welfare advocate, who believes only decisive enforcement can end the cycle of neglect.
Okay. Hi there, Miriam. So we're here today with regards to some poor treatment and the welfare of horses. What do you have to say today?
Well, this problem that's been going on here in one of the wealthiest suburbs of the peninsula, Mount Eliza, has been going on for over a decade. And the RSPCA seem unwilling to follow through with the powers that they do have and seize all of these animals from a repeat animal abuser and neglector. And I think it's time, and as the community demands, it's time to step up and put a stop to this. This woman needs to be banned from owning animals of any kind for a minimum of 5 years because they're just kicking the can down the road. Ultimately,
there's been a bit of quite a bit of support there, Miriam. It's really struck a chord with the community.
Absolutely, we've had enough.
Yeah, and I've seen reports and I've seen photos that go back almost a decade. There's been location changes, but the culprit is still the same.
Yeah.
What do you think needs to be done?
Well, I think that this is not a hoarding situation. This is an indiscriminate breeding situation. We know that she has 3 to 4 stallions that are running free with mares. The stallions are covering their daughters, the colts are covering their mothers, so we don't have just starving horses. We've got horses with incompatible with a healthy life deformities, bowed legs, legs that are completely unusable. We've had mares that are so skinny and malnourished that their foals are born and then almost immediately die. So the RSPCA have made an announcement via an emailed statement saying that they want us to let them do their job. We think that 12 years is definitely enough time to do the job and do it properly. And that means not just taking a few horses that are weeks from death and then euthanising them. We have a serial offender and the horses just keep on dying. Enough is enough. The RSPCA needs to flex their muscles, not be impotent, and take this matter through the courts and seize all of the unwell and unhealthy and deformed and neglected horses now.
Now, Miriam, we're currently in the middle of a federal election.
Yes.
We've seen support from some politicians. I know we've seen Paul Edinburgh publicly say, more needs to be done. He also shared the petition around that has, within 24 hours, gained over 4,000, I think it's 4,500 signatures now. What do you want to say to the local candidates that are running for election and want to obviously win the local vote?
It's very interesting actually, Jay, because I have personally contacted Paul Mercurio, Paul Edinburgh, Zoe McKenzie, and who was the other? Ben Smith, the independent. They've all seen the messages. I invited every single one of these candidates down here to see for themselves what's going on, to see what the community wants and see what they're demanding. And not one of those candidates has turned up today. So I don't know if they're getting the message through. I don't know if they're supporting it. But in fact, we found 2 Liberal banners attached from the inside of the property of a known animal neglector and abuser. That was shame. Yeah, it's just incredible that with that knowledge, I sent them photos to the Liberal campaign of those banners. Apparently they've been taken down. But surely would they not want a week out from the election to come and tell us how they feel about animal cruelty in their electorate?
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you, everybody.
If you have direct information regarding animal welfare concerns, you can report it to RSPCA Victoria on 039 224 2222. This video was brought to you by STPL News, independent, community-focused journalism for the Mornington Peninsula and Frankston.